Hi guys, Linda here from Create Your Future. And today's video is going to be about how to manifest better health. But before we begin, as always, check the description box below if you'd like to have one-on-one coaching with myself. And also check out the free course we have on how to uncover your blocks and manifest fast. So, usually people come to me to manifest an SP or a job or money. And lately I've been getting some requests, and actually somebody commented when I was asking for video ideas to make a video on how to manifest better health. So, the short of it is we manifest everything the same way. Law of assumption is what you assume to be true will be true. So whatever your dominant story, thoughts, state, conversations, mental diet, all of that that is more dominant is going to reflect back to you. And of course, those stem from past experiences, things that people have told you, something you've seen on society, and things like that. So manifesting better health is no different. So, a story that I'd like to share about myself is that a few years ago I had felt a lump on my breast. And of course, the first thing, I thought was, oh my goodness, I hope this is nothing serious. What can this be? I'm young and I've never felt this before, and this is weird. And the more I kept touching it, and the more I kept worrying about it, the bigger it felt, the more obvious it felt, and then I was kind of spiraling into making things worse than what it was. So what I did was change that story. Because my assumption was when you feel a lump on your breast, it's usually something that's not the greatest. And that's usually, that's for me anyways, that stemmed from, when you watch TV or social media, or the doctors talk about it, or if you ever had a family member that maybe experienced that disease, that's usually how it starts. And then there's a little bit of that, not fear mongering, but health advice that says once you reach a certain age, you should be going for certain tests and mammograms, and when you shower, you should be feeling certain areas of your body, and anything abnormal can be something unfavorable. So I caught that and I said, no, you know what? I don't have proof. Tests didn't come back. No one's told me yet that it's, the C word or anything like that. So before I start worrying and overreacting, and because again, what you assume dominantly will reflect back to you, I don't want to dwell on that and have that be the result that I get. I started affirming the opposite. It's a gland, it's a cyst, it's nothing. It's, sometimes you get like nodules like in your skin, or like fat deposits, or maybe it's the bra that I was wearing, or, maybe I'm just overreacting and feeling something that's not what it is. Long story short, I went to two doctors because, the first doctor said it was nothing. The second doctor said it was nothing, but still, third time's a charmer. I went to the last appointment, which was an ultrasound, and sure enough, it was nothing. It was just like a swollen gland that kind of happens like, during menstrual cycles and things like that. So, phew, wasn't what I thought it would be. But the whole point is, I caught that assumption and I caught that story and I caught that thought quick enough, because I said, you know what? If my dominant thoughts create, and if I have to wait from now until a doctor gives me a result, I can either choose to spend that time in between nervous, spiraling, scared, thinking worst case scenario, dwelling, obsessing over something unfavorable, or I could use that same amount of time to keep myself cool, calm, and collected until I got a definite answer from a doctor and tell the most favorable story, which is what I did. And lucky for me, it reflected in that way. Now, some people do get a result that may not be the best news they want. It doesn't have to be something as serious as the C word. It could be migraines. It could be infertility. It could be, menstrual cramps. It could be something as serious, and it could be something as just a discomfort. then when you actually get a confirmed diagnosis, I can understand why that might be a little bit more worrisome, or that might be harder to change because, well, Linda, no one told you anything, so it was easy for you to flip the story. But it still reflected back to me that it wasn't anything big and bad and scary. Same thing can happen. So even if somebody has a concern or gives you a diagnosis or tells you that you have this disorder, disease, illness, you can change it. Circumstances don't matter. So, how many times have people got inaccurate results? How many times have you heard stories of people having a diagnosis and the doctor saying, you know what, why don't you come back in 6 months? I just want to like make sure everything's okay, and then it's gone. How many people have been diagnosed with, you know, maybe a disease, something that's, you know, terminal or not the best outcome, and then they're in remission and it goes away? You hear so many stories. So when people say circumstances don't matter, also in health and the medical field, you never know. You can affirm that the result was a mistake. You can affirm and tell a new story that when you go for your follow-up treatment, you're better, it's clear. You can affirm that there was a mix-up in the results. Whatever the case may be, you could change the story. And you can also change the story of, if it's too hard for you to believe that you do not have this disorder, that you do not have this anxiety, that you do not have this disease because you've done the tests, the doctors have told you, it's kind of feeling more concrete. What you can do is change the story that instead of, oh my gosh, my life is over, this is the end, I'm going to suffer, this is it. You can change the story in, I'm going to feel so much better. The medication and the, you know, support that I get is going to help me. I'm going to come out of this. I feel so much better. I'm so cool, calm, and collected. My body hasn't felt any better. My body's always healing itself. I feel amazing. I'm safe in my body. I can control my body and this disease. I am able to clear up this disease. I feel amazing. I look amazing. These tests came back clear. There was a mistake at the doctor's office. I'm a survivor. I'm amazing. Everything always works in my favor. This treatment worked amazing. This chemo worked amazing. This medication, this doctor was amazing. You're just going to change the story, and eventually that will reflect to you if you can keep that as your dominant story and keep your mental diet. Every time you worry about, oh my gosh, I'm going to have anxiety forever, like, you know, I feel like crap, this is never going to get better. Stop yourself. How many people have gotten better from anxiety? Oh, I'm so cool, calm, and collected. I'm in control of my thoughts and my feelings. I have never felt better. And just change the story to a favorable story. Also, you know, there's this whole thing about don't take 3D action. And like I've said in many of my videos and many of my shorts, the 3D action is not the issue. It's the intention behind a 3D action. So, for example, if a doctor prescribes you a medication, if a doctor prescribes you a chemotherapy or some type of therapy session or whatever, you can do it. No one's saying, nope, I'm going to manifest this disease away forever. I'm going to manifest this disease away without any help, without any medication. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible, but nobody's telling you. We are not here to give medical advice, legal advice, or anything like that. If you need the medication, you can take it because you know what? You manifested that medication coming into your reality to help you. You manifested that doctor that you ended up getting referred to that gave you the most amazing medication to help you get better. You manifested that too. So it's not a matter of not taking medication and not taking 3D actions when it comes to illness. And another situation I've come across is some of my clients that have a health concern. Well, I don't want to take medication because the medication is I'm going to be addicted to the medication and I'm not going to feel good and it's taboo and what are people going to think and I'm normal, like I shouldn't be on medication, you know, and they stop taking medication from their doctor and they refuse to take it because now they have a limiting belief or a stigma that the medication is addicting, or if people find out that they're on medication, what are they going to think about themselves? Or because they're ill and they need some type of medication, they feel like I'm not good enough, I'm damaged goods, I'm not worthy, I'm sick, who's going to want to be with me, I have to take medication for the rest of my life. Change that story too. I'm so thankful and grateful for this medication. This medication is a godsend. I manifested this medication coming into my life because this is what I need to take to feel better. I deserve to have a life that is pain-free. I deserve to live a healthy, long life. And this medication is going to help me do it. I'm so thankful and grateful that I have no side effects from this medication. And everyone is so supportive on my journey because they want to see me better and well. And also, you don't have to share with the whole world if you do have something like anxiety or depression or that you're taking medication. You don't have to share it with people. That's another thing that you can do to not, feel judged, not good enough. What are people going to say? So basically, at the end of the day, to manifest better health is the same way that we manifest everything else. Change the story to a more favorable story. The second part is, can you manifest better health without taking action? Sure, you can. However, if a doctor or a medical professional suggests something and you try it and you say, I manifested this therapy coming into my life. I manifested this amazing doctor that was so knowledgeable that prescribed me this most amazing medication that made me feel better because I deserve to feel better. I deserve to have a long, happy life, stress-free and pain-free. So as with SP or money or a job, what you assume to be true, more dominant, will be true. So assume amazing health. Assume you're cured. Assume that your body is so strong and healthy. Assume there was a mix-up with the results. Assume the results you're going to get are fantastic. Assume the illness away. Circumstances don't matter. Diagnoses change over and over again. People make mistakes at doctor's offices. Even if you do officially get diagnosed with something, there's always a cure. You could feel better. The medication is there to help you. You've manifested that doctor. You've manifested the best care. Just try to stay dominantly in the wish fulfilled, as with every other desire, and see yourself as happy, as healthy, as cured, as people complimenting how good you look, how happy they are that you're feeling better. Imagine yourself feeling better. The pain is away. Picture yourself the way you would act before you felt ill, and how would you act and behave, if you were healed and felt amazing. And that's what you got to do. You have to continue to stay in the wish fulfilled. You have to continue to say the most favorable story. You have to give everything good meaning and drop the taboo and all of that. And just tell yourself, I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to be well. Everything works out for me. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I have the best support in the world. I have the best health. I love my healthy body. I am worthy of living a long, fulfilling, pain-free, healthy life. So keep that in mind. Keep your mental diet in regards to medication and illnesses in check. Keep your story favorable in terms of medication and illnesses and pain and suffering and how you feel. And again, whatever you assume to be true and the favorable story you tell yourself dominantly is going to reflect back to you. So make it a good one. You got this.